Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. And we got some great guests today. We got the Diesel Riggs here. He's got some stories for us. We got Warlike. 10 days no vape. So let's give him a congratulations there. 3 weeks no vape.
3 weeks.
You're looking worse for the wear, bud.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
He's going through withdrawals.
Good for you, man. You feel like shit.
No, I feel good.
But real quick, this video is brought to you by PrizePicks. It's so simple. You go to the App Store, download PrizePicks. You can pick more or less on your favorite players in the NFL, NHL, NBA, MMA. You can pick more or less on fight time, significant strikes, takedowns, and the whole 9 yards. And I got some good picks for you for this weekend. UFC 309, it goes down. Use code Timbo, place a $5 lineup, and you get $50 instantly. No strings attached. That's code Timbo. Thank you very much, PrizePicks. Let's get the show started. What do you say? Warlike said he was going to do 10 nicotines. How much per nicotine I give you?
$10 per pouch.
$10 per pouch.
Oh, he's being bribed?
Yes, but then I looked it up on ChatGPT, and it can be very harmful. It can lead to confusion, anxiety, the last thing he needs.
A lot of women, they poison their husbands with nicotine overdoses.
How?
Injection, usually. You know that? Nicotine's fucking one of the most...
You can get nicotine
toxins.
In syringes?
Yeah, it's I forget exactly how they do it, but yeah, you can look it up. People kill their spouses like that.
Are you sure about that?
Well, you motherfucker. You're going to fact check me, fucking pale? Fucking Warlike. God, he's looking fucking pale.
Yeah, well, he's coming down. He's coming down. He's on his road to health.
Are you fucking could have fooled me with that shit.
Yeah.
Well, Riggsy had a UFC weekend. He cornered Trishan Gore, and Trishan got it done. He got it done. Guillotine was first round, right?
Yeah, it was 90 seconds in. He got that high elbow guillotine off that single leg. It was fucking nice.
First round guillotine. Was the weight cut good? Was the week good?
Yeah, it was a struggle. He's never.
The weight was a struggle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I told you this. It took him 4 hours to cut his last 4 pounds.
Ouch! And where'd you guys do it, at the PI?
Yeah, we did that. But he's never water loaded. It's kind of a new thing for him. So it's kind of, he doesn't understand drinking that water is going to take the weight off him. You know. I
mean, water loading when you first do it's scary because you look at that scale and you're like, I'm 15 pounds overweight.
Did it scare you? Really? I can't remember.
I mean, I did it a long time ago. But at first, you're like, once you're doing it right, you get on that scale and it really scares the shit out of you.
It's like a trust fall. You got to believe it. It's you have to do it to understand how it works, though, for sure. But it was trying. I mean, it made it all better after his win. You know Mackenzie Dern was that guy's girlfriend, and I was talking to her because I've known her since she was a little girl. I started training with Megaton, her dad, when she was a kid. And when we were in, you go shake the coach's hand after the fight, fucking completely snubbed me, fucking embarrassed me, just left me sitting there with my fucking hand out. Yeah, fucking.
Maybe it was just didn't. Like,
no, she just obviously she saw her boyfriend lose. It wasn't a good time, so.
And he's probably mad as
well. It wasn't anything. Yeah, he's a black belt. He got guillotined. A 6'5" black belt got guillotined by a 6 foot guy that I think he's a purple belt, I believe. I'm not sure, but but it's fucking. He's good with that. He snatches it fast. Yeah,
snatch it fast. I mean, if you don't respond to that high elbow guillotine and you let that puppy sink in, it's too late.
Especially because he started to drive that where the elbow is kind of the extension of the chin down there.
And then he locked it up like a power guillotine.
Yes. And he's a strong motherfucker too, because he gets that, he'll squeeze that head like a bean. That guy's got a little head too, you know.
A bean head?
Yeah, he's got a little small fucking head, so it looked worse for the wear over after he was done. But he was upset too. But he tapped pretty quick. It wasn't much resistance.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what's going on with people.
Never do.
Other than that, what'd you do? Did you guys after the locker room? Did you go back out and enjoy the rest of the fights, or?
So they were all leaving that night. I was planning on leaving that night, but just on a different flight. But I was microdosing that weekend, trying to right some of my wrongs in my life, trying to overcome some things I do, and I overdid it. Took too much. First, I got into a spat. You know when you're going up the elevator, you have to show your key to the security guard? Yeah. I'd been up down 5 or 6 times. This motherfucker, I know for a fact he was trying to twist my fucking tits. He was on purpose. He was just stop me. And then I started popping off, getting a little wild. So I was almost removed from the hotel, but I pumped the brakes. But I did end up leaving to the flight. End up the next morning, and I was ushered off the fucking plane for the second time in my life. That was hard to get over.
Why?
I was being rude to the fat fuck next to me. That's what started it all.
Was
I'm
he
always
stinking?
fucking. It's among several things, but every time I'm on a flight, I'm always right in the middle between two fucking whistle pigs. It happens every time. So I get there, and if someone's in the middle, you kind of you're aware that you give them the armrest. You know what I'm saying? These fucking their rolls were hanging over. They should have bought 2 seats. And I was going, oh God, I was just starting to go like him and hawing real loud. And he's like, "Is there a problem?" I'm like, "Your fucking tit is I'm using for an armrest. That's the problem." And then that fucking did it. And then she comes up, she starts talking to me.
You guys
I'm
didn't get in a nudge fest?
Oh yeah, fucking of course. But I was my elbow was on his fucking big old nipple. It was. I'm not kidding when I tell you it was flopped over the whole armrest. This bitch was fucking. She had gave. I don't know if it was all in my head. She had given me the stink eye walking in, and I was so revved up with that. So when she came storming up when I addressed the titty situation, she was fired up. So I go, "What the fuck is your problem?" It just out of control. Then the cops started coming in. I was not going to be drug off there and made a fool of. Well, I was made a fool of anyways. But if you're physically drug off there, it just makes it look a lot fucking worse.
You're bucking around.
And then when you're leaving, people start clapping.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's what happened. Get him the fuck out of here. Fucking drunk. Sweat. I had sweat rings. And someone's like, "Look how much he's sweating." I'm like, oh fucking. It was a bad night. And then I went outside, and so I thought I was gonna have to get a rental car and drive home. They were gonna fucking, like the first time this happened, they were gonna do that as well. But then I started just, "Please God, I got nothing else." If you saw how it was fucking embarrassing.
You need to quit that whole eyeballing thing, because maybe people recognize you and you think they're fucking mean mugging you, and they're not.
I'm so nice to everyone. I think that was all in my head with the fucking microdosing thing. So I forget.
But usually the microdosing makes you extra nice, makes you just very compassionate around people.
Me being a drug addict, I have to take more than I should have. So
well, what was a microdose? How much did you take?
So
3 grams.
No, it comes like a eye dropper almost, and you put it on the top of your palm of your hand, and you lick it off. But then you're supposed to take 1 a day. I started
1 drip.
Yeah, and I started 4
whole vials,
and then my jaw started to swing.
Okay, so not a microdose then.
Yeah, so it didn't end well for me that night. It was bad.
So were you guys, during fight week, were you guys smoking the herbs?
Yeah.
And did that get you snacky in the hotel? Did you get snacks? What did you do? Just sit there?
It was
have heart-to-hearts
I'm
with
questioning.
Trayshawn?
Yeah, I did. I'm starting to question everything that happened the weekend, if it really happened at all, because it was fucking bad. Because you're exactly right. I think with the microdosing, the more I started to do, the more I talked myself into that some situation was going bad. I almost talked myself into attacking several people. But cooler heads prevailed.
I mean, there's a reason they say when you're doing that kind of stuff, especially heavier doses, the set and setting is very important. And an airplane's probably not a great one for it.
I wish I would have had someone close to me. Like if you're with me, I tell me what's real and what's not. Like, because I would believe you. I mean, I didn't tell anybody else I was microdosing. And then I was like, John would say something. I'm thinking way too much in it. What the fuck you mean by that? It was bad. Real bad. But we're good now.
Yes. And then the Carlos Prates, right? That's his name.
Yeah, Carlos.
Men event got a finish. So he's on a good little streak here. And he smokes 7 cigarettes a day.
I saw that motherfucker
smoking a
looked
ciggy.
like Ricardo Mayorga. Yeah, he was fucking, he lit the cigarette with another one. Like using the butt of it. So I'm not sure
man.
he's fucking.
I mean, I'm
fighter,
not,
baby.
Not supporting ciggies, but I mean that's kind of badass.
And Trayshawn sent, because he sent me that I never even told him about it, because again I was in my own little world. But he's like, "Hey, I'm not the only one that smokes. This is the day of the fight." Fucking, and he sent me that, but he doesn't. It's obviously cigarettes. I don't think Trey got that though.
Oh yeah,
he was just smoking copious amounts of joints.
Yeah, the thing about those drips, I mean, those drippers and who you get those mushrooms from, I like them better in the little capsules where you know it's 0.25 in each one. You can take one, get you fired up, put you in a little good mood, gives you a little bit of energy. But yeah, I mean, that's not one to be fucking.
Has your jaw ever started to come unhinged?
Well,
It was fucking
It's
bad.
not mushrooms that do that when your jaw.
No,
starts
I
looking
so I
back,
heard
you
it was
know.
something when you take some sort of stimulant. No, it was the fucking. I don't know if it was unhinged swaying, but it was. It felt
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
and I felt like my back was snapped in half. It was fucking. It was getting it's getting bad.
And then you're breathing in the air. These two heavyweight guys next to you, and it just.
Well, I'm not kidding you. Lisa's cousin he's like number 3 for world's strongest man. His name's Jerry Pritchett.
Uh-huh.
He's a big guy. I would much rather sat next to Jerry than these fat fucks because they were they weren't proportioned the right way. They were like pears with pipe cleaners. You know, their tits shouldn't have fucking dripped over and.
Well, I mean, usually too, when you're sitting in the middle or you're sitting just right away, it's like, might as well just say hi, how's it going, and just decide who's getting the elbow space.
Because I knew because I was like, it was a Southwest flight, so I knew I was gonna get a shitty flight, so I kind of went on at the end. So when I asked to go in the middle, immediately, oh fuck. I mean, they didn't say fuck, but they started heavy breathing, so I'm just
They had to get up.
right away. It wasn't good from right away.
Yeah.
And then sitting there, I could hear them just wheezing like a couple of fat bastards.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
Okay, we have UFC 309 this weekend, and this is a sweet, sweet card, boys and girls. It really is. Let's start with Bo Nickal, Paul Craig. Bo Nickal is -1,000 favorite. He's
Dude,
a
what
huge,
the
huge
fuck?
favorite. Paul Craig is 1-3 in his last 4, I believe. 17-8, and he's one of those big guys. I talk about in the videos coming out, but he's one of those guys that isn't afraid to pull guard. And being a big dude pulling guard like that, you better have really, really good jiu-jitsu. And, I mean, it's going to be an interesting fight because he could get Bo Nickal in trouble. He could get under him single leg X and
You think so?
and get in a leg entanglements that wrestlers aren't used to. But Bo Nickal's that American Top Team working with that Isaac Michelle. So they're going to have him pretty prepared. Yeah. Bo Nickal 6-0 now. So I think Bo Nickal, I wouldn't be that surprised
Really?
if Bo Nickal subbed him.
Okay.
Some sort of front headlock, some anaconda Darce choke, something where he cracks him. But Paul Craig's dangerous. You make a mistake, you overpunch when you're in that guy's guard, he's going to be.
Is his jits really good?
Yeah, he looks really strong and he looks really confident in his jiu-jitsu. Warlike, what's your thoughts on that battle?
Well, it's an interesting matchup because Paul Craig, stylistically, this is a good fight for Paul Craig because
What?
yeah, like as good of a fight for Paul Craig as any.
Am I thinking
matchup
of the
is.
wrong fucking guy? Because this guy has no wrestling at all, right?
No, this guy is all jiu-jitsu. He choked out Magomed Ankalaev.
How do you perceive him taking?
Who else? He choked out Jamal Hill, right?
He broke Jamal Hill's arm. I think he's choked out Lionheart too. I think
He's got some big wins.
He choked out Nicola Krylov. He's been a staple at light heavyweight. He hasn't had any wins at middleweight yet. He lost to Kyle Baralio in his last fight, I think.
So, I mean, and Kyle Baralio could be up there in the title picture.
He got
soon.
knocked out, though. I think, if anything, this matchup's perfectly for Bo Nickal to set up a knockout and actually like propel his name more than anything. Because Paul Craig, he gets hit once and then he lays on his back. But
He
like
pulls guard.
Yeah, literally pulls guard.
On what do you think? There's any way that he can take Bo Nickal down? Because it's the awkwardness of the jiu-jitsu wrestling. You know, it's not normal wrestling. It kind of drags you down almost. You know.
Yeah, he tries to get underneath you. He tries to get underneath you, get some sort of leg entanglement. And I feel like Bo Nickal, I think you're right.
Yeah, it probably gets the knockout here.
I think it's a perfect fight for Bo Nickal, not the other way around.
Another one on the card. Let's start a little lower on the card. We got Markus McGhee 9-1 versus Jonathan Martinez 19-5.
Markus is good, man.
And this fight's nearly a pick him on the betting lines,
really?
which is crazy. The way that they perceive this fight to be 50-50 is interesting, especially with Jonathan Martinez. I think he's coming off of a loss by finish in his last fight.
Is he ranked in the top?
He was ranked. I think his last fight that just knocked him out of the rankings.
Markus is sparring.
Or he's
fucking
13.
on point, man. He's just got his rhythm, his timing is just really, it's on another level. You know what? Because it doesn't matter if he's going backwards or forward. He keeps that same distance between him.
He's 4-0 or 3-0 in the UFC, I believe, with 4 KOs too, or finishes.
That last one was beautiful. That check hook off his kick.
Markus is one of those dudes, dude. He's one of these guys. I know people are talking about that Peyton Talbot a lot, but Markus, he's one of those guys. He got right his first fight in the UFC. You could just see how composed and comfortable he was.
Yeah,
and it didn't seem like he was scared or stiff, and he wanted to get out there. And the dude is so skilled. He's so athletic. He's so springy on his feet. He can grapple.
He's just a good.
I mean,
dude.
but Jonathan Martinez is a motherfucker too.
The reason
So.
when he wasn't getting it, he was having a lot of trouble getting in the UFC. Then he suffered his first loss, and when he was helping Suge for one of his fights, and before he got in, and he was grateful to be a part of the whole process with Sean. And that's what got him in the UFC, man. Gets him, you get more opportunities. And he took advantage of them for sure.
Yeah.
And I think too with Markus, his last fight was against Gaston Bolaños, and he finished the guy in the second round. Gaston just fought this weekend in an absolute war, so it just showed how tough that guy was.
Terrible name.
Yeah.
Gaston.
Yeah. Gaston.
Fuck with that Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gaston. Yeah, that's what it is.
And then, okay, let's move on to the co-main here. We got Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. I rewatched their first fight. That video comes out probably today. Okay, so it already came out. So yeah, check out my YouTube for a full breakdown on that, watching their first fight and some of the mistakes Michael Chandler made. But Michael Chandler, he did beat his ass in the first round. He got his back taken right away in a body triangle and ended up escaping when they're both dry against Charles Oliveira, who's probably one of the best people on the back. And he dropped Charles, I think, twice in the first round. And then Charles, second round, they came out and they exchanged a right hand, left hook. Classic. Michael Chandler's right hand by his armpit, Charles's right hand by his chin, and Charles' left hand lined up perfectly on Michael Chandler and dropped him and put him away. Michael Chandler says he's coming out composed this fight.
Was that Chandler's first fight in the UFC or second?
No. This is he's had.
No. Was the first fight with Oliveira?
No, second. It was Hooker was first fight.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler. I mean, every fight that he's in, I've seen him in the UFC. He should have won all of them. When he fought Poirier, if he would have thrown the straight shots, he would have got him out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's Chandler's just fucking dangerous as hell.
I mean, he's not very big.
No, he's a little.
But he's
bastard.
a ball of explosive muscle.
He's like a coiled spring for sure.
It's not like he's sitting around growing a set of tits, not doing shit. He's in the
He's in shape.
In the Kill Cliff gym, sparring with good guys, and that's just gonna be a banger fight. I feel like that's just a coin flip of a fight.
What's the odds on that?
The odds, Chandler's a pretty big underdog.
Not super though.
Pretty big.
What can you
like plus 275, I believe.
No shit. That's the fucking. Is that you think that's the best one to bet on in the whole card?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, that fight, I think the safest bet would just be not to go the distance.
God, War, it looks like you haven't been outside the house in a fucking month.
No, I'm here. It's just the light.
It's just the lighting.
The pigments look.
Just the lighting.
Okay.
Just the lighting.
My bad.
Pigment. Okay, and then we got main event. Johnny Bones Jones versus Stipe Miocic, and everybody is counting Stipe out big time. He hasn't fought for 4 years, right? 4 years. He's 42 years old now.
Damn it.
And people are trying to tell me that it's going to look the same as Serial Gone.
No.
Like Serial Gone, I mean, he threw a hard left hand. Jon Jones slipped it, got to his waist, took him down, put him against the fence, and then Jon Jones had a guillotine, and that wasn't even really under Gone's chin, and then he tapped out.
Did he work under the chin, or did he?
I don't even think it was under the chin. I think he was just squeezing his face a little bit, and then he tapped out. I tell you what, like Stipe is not gonna go out like that,
No,
he's not gonna be taken down that easy, and he's just not gonna flop to his back. On Prize Picks, they got to pick. Do you think Jon Jones is gonna take him down twice in the fight? And I said yes. I feel like he's gonna take him down twice because Stipe.
He'll do it.
He'll take him down. I feel like Stipe can get up though at least once.
I think John's gonna knock him out. I feel like, dude, the last time we saw Stipe, he got knocked out, and it was 4 years ago.
It was with the most explosive dude in the world with 4-ounce gloves, and he was getting hurt a little bit, and he tried to slug back.
He got knocked out by DC, a fat DC before that too.
You're pretty dismissive with Stipe.
No, I'm just saying he's 42 years old, and the last time
What's wrong with that?
2 of his last 3 fights, he's been knocked out, and the last time we seen him was 4 years ago.
Yeah. He was knocked out. He was not. That's how I can.
Yeah, he got knocked out by Cormier. He got knocked out by Francis.
Which one? When he got knocked out by Francis, he thought he hurt him with that right hand, and that's
he was just trying to stand his ground and try to fight back, and Francis hit him with a hard jab, and he walked into it. Dink.
Is that what he got knocked out with? The fucking jab?
Yeah, but Francis Ngannou with 4-ounce gloves.
And
it's like, come on. Then hammer fisted into oblivion. And people are saying Alex Pereira and Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, is that true?
Aspinall, like everyone's avoiding Aspinall. It's
I don't know
crazy.
why.
I don't think so. See, I feel like Jon Jones.
He doesn't want to fight Aspinall.
Do you really think that?
100%.
Do you
Why?
really think he looks at Aspinall and he's like,
No.
that guy will beat
Dude,
me?
He
No
says, no. He says, I've got this fight and I've probably got one more. He's like, what's going to be the 2 fights that I'm going to be easiest to win? He thinks that he could take down Pereira. That's simple enough. And I believe it. He can take down Pereira.
That fight would be a joke because John's a fucking really good wrestler and fucking Alex's wrestling is obviously not there.
Yeah.
There's no way. If he took that fight instead of Tom Aspinall after coming off beating Stipe, he'd look real fucking bad.
So is that smart for Jon, or is that just like him?
No, that's smart because he wants to retire with a legacy, but at the same time, he's not fighting the #1 contender, which would make the biggest, well, not the biggest fight per se, but the most competitive fight would be against Tom Aspinall.
He moves well, man.
Third. So if he wins this fight, wins the next fight, ends his career,
He's
at
done.
30-0.
Done. That's
30-0.
Well, I mean, nope. Matt Hamill.
I mean,
Yeah,
they'll
no,
probably
Matt Hamill.
they'll probably take that off.
You talked to Matt Hamill about that, about him having the win over Jon because of the elbows. It's an even trade for the robbery that he got with Michael Bisping.
Uh-huh.
So that's why he looks at it. It's fucking. Yeah, that guy. Even though he's deaf, he can speak. He's got some crazy ass stories. I like him. He's a nice guy.
Fuck, I bet he does, dude. I bet he does. Tomorrow morning we leave early for Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, and Mike Tyson is looking stacked.
Oh, enough of it.
No, he is, dude. He's looking stacked, way more stacked than he did versus Roy Jones. But I don't think him looking stacked like that is really going to do a favor.
Dude, it's not.
I feel like his power obviously is going to still be there, but I feel like he's going to have a hard time.
He's not making it
Getting to Jake Paul. I mean,
for sure. Jake's got a really good jab. He moves well, and he's got a hard right hand. And he's an old fucking man, dude. If you go back to Tyson's prime, of course, it'd be a fucking annihilation. But no, man, Jake's got an unlimited amount of money to spend on the best training in the world.
Yep.
And that's all he has time to do is train. He's gotten a lot better in a short amount of time.
And these last however many years, 4 or 5 years,
7.
He's been in it.
Dialed. Probably 5 years.
Dialed the fucking in it. What's Mike Tyson been doing the last 4 or 5 years? And
sprinting,
the
falling it looks like he's falling in a straight line in his sprints. It's sad to see, honestly. I love Mike Tyson.
You got to watch some of the countdowns. And the thing about those countdowns, I'm like, they show you clips, but they show you 5-second clips of Mike Tyson ripping the pads. So of course he's going to look scary ripping the pads for 5 seconds.
But I mean, even when he fought Roy Jones, he was tired after before there was 30 seconds left in the first round. You could see he was gassed out. Not gassed out, but you could see he was getting to him,
I'm so curious to like what kind of bread those guys are making.
Oh.
Like it's Jake Paul's promotion, but it's also Netflix putting it on. If I had to guess, 30 million
for Mike or for Jake. Jake said 40 million or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, fuck it. I mean, how are they charging people on Netflix?
It's going to be free, and it's also going to be at Cowboy Stadium.
So how does the money come in for that? If it's on.
I mean, how many subscribers are subscribed to Netflix?
So Netflix is paying them like a flat fee or something.
Probably.
Maybe sponsors too. I mean, they have 200 million users, so people are going to be paying a lot of money to get on that fight.
And like even a lot of Jake's posts, Mike Tyson's posts, like they're getting damn near 500,000 likes, like just on their Instagram posts and stuff. It's a fucking lot, dude.
See, I feel like the complete opposite, where I feel like I haven't seen enough publicity for this fight. Like it's weird day. It's on a Friday, which is kind of weird.
The election took a lot from it, I think. The election going on.
I feel like UFC 309 this weekend too is taking a lot away from it too. Jon Jones' return.
I think you guys would be surprised how many people are going to watch this fight. This is the first boxing match free on Netflix. Mike Tyson's fighting fucking Jake Paul.
It's going to take away from Jon's fight for sure. I think if which one it's going to affect more, which fight it's going to affect.
I don't think it'll affect either. They're on different days. One's free, one's not.
They're free.
Hey. Or we pay for shit around here.
Oh, I fucking
Jake's
nice little jab there, bud.
Jake's got 27 million Instagram followers. I mean, it's going to be a fucking giant fight. It's in the Cowboy Stadium, and how many people can the Cowboy Stadium hold? 90,000, I believe.
Something insane like that.
What do you think? How many people do you think will actually go? There's no way it's going to sell out.
I mean, just for the main event, it'd be different if there was like 4 or 5 banger fights on there, but just the main event, sell out, probably.
And it's going to end fucking terribly. I guarantee Tyson will not make it out of 4 rounds if it's a real fight.
I think it's fake and it goes to decision.
I don't think it's fake. I do think it goes to a decision, though.
There's too many educated people. They wouldn't be able to get away with something like that.
No, well, not fake, but like, obviously,
Trumped up the wrong way.
they just don't want Mike Tyson to be knocked out in 20 seconds or a minute or a minute and a half.
If it doesn't happen, it's not legit.
Yes.
Because that's the way that science says it should happen.
Sure.
He should get knocked out in the first 2 rounds by Jake Paul. If that doesn't happen, then it's just
What's
not
the
real.
betting odds on that happening?
Probably really good. So good that I haven't even looked at it because that fight just like kind of sickens me.
Does it?
Yeah.
Honestly, it does. Yeah. It
Little bit.
it doesn't feel good to say Jake Paul is going to knock Mike Tyson out either. It doesn't feel good saying it.
Dude, if it comes around Saturday morning, we're like, yeah, great. Like he could literally kill this old man. You could kill him.
Dude, and the Texas Athletic Commission will be fucking crucified for that.
Yeah.
About
Yeah,
the tickets getting sold out. There's a ticket that dropped to $30. Says worldboxingnews.net.
Well, I mean, come on. It's 90,000
Hey, come on.
But I
It's
mean,
90,000
It
people.
is, it is.
nosebleed tickets for the UFC are like $200-$300 for Sean's fight.
Fuck.
Yeah, but that's a arena that holds 18,000.
True.
That's true.
Compared to
90,000,
90.
18,000. That's fair.
Well, I'm waiting for your rebuttal with that one. You got another one, right?
$30? Hell no. $30. I mean, I just think that is a low ticket no matter what.
I
Even
feel
if
like
it is
boxing's always
90,000.
lower.
That's gonna let in the
To watch
fucking
Mike Tyson.
the wrong kind of riffraff for that fight.
They're probably not looking to really make the bread on the gate. It's this Netflix deal. Who knows how?
Fuck, what
it's
does a gate like that bring in?
I'm sure they would want to, because Canelo did the Cowboy Stadium, so I'm sure that if anything, he wants to call it Canelo, so he's going to want to break the gate that Canelo had versus Caleb Plant there.
There's no fucking way. Yeah, actually, there's a way.
I mean, there is. I mean, well, he said it on the Timbo Sugar Show. His 100% call out is Canelo at 200 pounds
Dude.
after the fight.
When he's doing these fights, he's not. I mean, people are starting to take him seriously, obviously, but there's a proper pathway to get to a world title that he's not really taking that.
I know, and it's smart. I mean,
It is,
it's
I mean,
smart.
it's-
He's making fat paydays.
Yeah, you got to fight. I wasn't never been the biggest fan of his, but you know what the shit I've seen from him lately is you got to respect the guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a fucking kid that was like 18.
Mike?
No, fucking Jake.
No, he doesn't.
God damn it, look that up.
No.
Ah!
Yeah, don't even look it up.
Please
It's
look
not-
it up.
No, it's not true.
I'm looking it up.
He's like 20. He's in his 20s. So
Maybe not 18. All right, look.
So he had that kid when he was 9.
God, that's a great fucking picture.
Holy shit.
You can't see. I hope you guys put this up. His balls are fucking hanging out on his little Daisy Dukes he's wearing. God, I give him credit though. He's got some fucking lug. Oh, he's got air.
So it's
Jordans on.
interesting here. Elon Musk tweeted last night, all actions of the Department of Government Efficiency will be posted online for maximum transparency. Anytime the public thinks we are cutting something important or not cutting something wasteful, just let us know. We'll also have a leaderboard for most insanely dumb spending of your tax dollars. This will be both extremely tragic and extremely entertaining. I mean, fuck. Elon's got to make sure he is protected.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And
someone's
Donald's got to
gotta
be
pick him off.
protected because
Fuck yeah.
these high level guys that are making this money and he's going to make all this stuff public.
Well, and not just that, he's going in. He's ripping these fuckers out that like these lobbyists that have made money in Washington for years, and their father has, and he's cutting all those fuckers out. He's trimming the fat on the fucking government a lot. And then when you take people's money away, that's when bad shit happens, man.
Holy, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. Crypto is fucking booming, dudes.
Good thing I
Crypto.
got in at the right time. Fucking hell.
No, for real though, dude. Last year it was at about $35,000 per Bitcoin, and now as of this morning, it was at $93,000 in 1 year.
See, I don't know why I can't hop on the train. If I've missed the fucking window of then I'm not gonna do it. I'll just watch the train go by
Yes.
like I usually do.
Yep. Let's before we get on to our next stuff here, let's go to some of these Snapchat questions. What are some unwritten rules for guys just starting out with jiu-jitsu? Not really any unwritten rules. The real unwritten rule is just come in there and don't smell like shit. That's
Cut
number
your
one.
fucking nails.
I bet your gi smells like a piece of shit, doesn't it?
I know my gi's clean as hell because I don't use that thing. Fuck
Yeah.
gi, baby.
You don't come in with gi.
Dude, fuck the gi. No gi is way better than
I mean,
gi.
the kimono is very hard, and some people don't really like that.
God, it's hard. Period. I've been fucking making a
Yes.
slob out of myself.
It's hard. It hurts your fingers. You get strangled in different chokes. It's very hard. So it's a perfect thing to just say, fuck that.
When you get choked, does your neck hurt?
I don't get choked.
You don't.
No,
Because when you naturally have a pencil neck,
no, this thing's toned.
it's tough. Well, I'm on the pencil neck team myself now these days. So
No, I just get my jaw crunched. That's about it.
Get your fucking teeth pushed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, other unwritten rules, just come in there and be respectful. Don't try to act like the man. Don't talk about like a story that happened, like where you're a fighter, and just listen. Just listen and try to learn the techniques, and you'll fit right in. You'll fit right in. And for the people that go with the new people, you can't automatically be fucking pissed that they're going all spazzy. That's all they know how to do.
Sure.
That's all they have is their strength. So they're going to use their strength and use their spazziness. So just understand it's this guy's first day. He's not going to just...
Yeah, there has to be grace for sure.
Yeah. Why does Warlike speak like such an expertise on the fight game? When has he ever stepped into the cage? How many thousands of fights have you watched, though?
I've watched, I guarantee, more fights and more hours of fights than whoever commented that.
Well, I mean, it's probably true because Warlike does a card that you could care less about watching. Warlike will watch it from the beginning to the end.
That.
Like, respectfully, like, these people don't understand that I am in there. Like, I am putting in my hours. I'm watching every fight from the first second to the last second. And I'm soaking it all in. My phone's to the side. Like, I'm watching. Like, that's my fucking thing. So, like, that's where I get my strong opinions in the MMA.
You're not surfing at all during the
I
fight.
swear to God, you can watch
You're
me.
just fucking locked in.
Fucking dialed.
I'm always trying to get him to do something during the fights. Maybe play some COD, do something. He's like, nope. He just sits there and watch him and just jerks his little
With your
wiener.
fucking neck elongated?
Yeah, basically, man. That's my shit.
Question is for Riggs. Warlike walks up, grabs your wife's cheeks. What do you do?
Well, not laugh like that. You sound like a fucking, look at that. Pump the brakes, big. I'd clip him. Oh, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
But I'd pummel his fucking lips.
Yes. Yes. Hayden Russell here. Any post-nut clarity stories from any of y'all?
I don't understand.
I mean, there's plenty. I mean, you fucking horned up. You're a couple days. I mean, maybe a week. You're just horned up. You're just stupid. You're not thinking fucking clearly.
What I didn't understand the question.
No, when you don't nut for a while and you're doing something, you might be doing something dumb, you might be doing something you regret, and then you do bust, and then you're back to a little bit of.
And you're fucking
Like jerking to a fat chick. Just like, oh.
jerking to a fat chick.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
You get ashamed of yourself right when you're done. Like I have never not masturbated and just been like, what's wrong with me? I just embarrassed.
That could be a little bit of
what?
Your brain being conditioned for so long that it's wrong.
Yeah, I was chastised as a young lad for rubbing one out for sure. I used to fuck the shampoo bottles. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, I think every young buck nowadays it's probably different because all these guys got their phones and stuff. But every young buck before the internet, before smartphones, any little hole you see, it's
yeah, for sure. Or like, do you have any stories of you peeping on anybody?
He would never tell.
No, I don't.
He fled Canada
actually,
for these reasons.
Yeah.
No.
Come on now.
Who gives a fuck?
No, one time I was with my.
You're out of sorts.
I was having a good time. Thanksgiving one year, and my auntie, God rest her soul, she's up in heaven. She kept it to the grave, but she saw me walk out of a room with a hard pecker on my way to the washroom.
When you see a man like that walk out of the room with a hard pecker, what are you gonna do?
Yes, it's just crooked as all hell.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? You lay it down, hammer?
No, I had just finished, and then my move was I'd do the nude run to the washroom real quick to clean my pecker.
Try to entice her?
Just right across, just a quick run to the washroom, and then I got fucking sniped. I got caught, and she goes, Nicholas. I go, oh fuck, and I turn around, and then
I thought you were gonna say you pounded on your aunt or something.
No, what the fuck?
All right, good. I was trying to keep okay.
No,
all right.
yeah.
You're just ashamed for
I
jerking
thought we were
off.
leading there too. But
No.
Okay, I'm
putting the stuff into the turkey.
Thank God. I'm not the only one.
Okay, Carson here. Is endurance or strength more important overall in a man's life?
Endurance.
It depends what you're doing. If you think you want to fight, it don't matter how strong you are. You're gonna fucking gas out.
The mental strength.
Endurance or strength more important overall?
He's talking about a fighting career.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. In a man's life, I would say both a little bit.
Depends what you're doing. In a man's life, fucking men just take shit every fucking day, so you have to have the endurance to take the abuse for years.
But a majority of men will never do anything where they need endurance. So they just.
I'm always talking like mental endurance. Fucking just because everything's a man's fault. It's not the women's fault. So just day in, day out, just taking the abuse, it drags on you, man.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a thing with mental strength to be said too. I feel like mental strength can fucking push you through any sort of endurance. Like any mental strength can overcome that hurdle of.
That is one thing I wouldn't. If I could keep one thing that I have, it would be that I would give up every talent I have.
Well, you see it. You see it. People come in with no previous skills before into the gym, and there's those people who get tired, and then they'll be like, "Oh man, as soon as my cardio gets better, or I lifted yesterday, or I'm just tired." Or there's those scrappy dogs who are completely gassed. They won't say anything, and they'll just keep just scrapping.
Yes, that's the ones you look for, man, for sure.
Here we go. I have a kickboxing tournament. Wondering what are some tips for the best in the game. I mean, just train. You got to go train.
Oh no! Did he say how many people in the tournament?
Nope. But I would just head into the gym and just train.
First fight.
That'll help.
Take the first fight easy because you don't want to go out there and blow your load, hurt yourself.
But again, you need to win the first fight.
You do. Did you ever? One time I fought in one day, single day 8-man tournament.
That's a different breed. People don't understand the adrenaline dump you have after your first fight.
You're right.
Even if the fight goes good, you still get warmed up. You have this adrenaline of fighting someone. When you come into the locker room and you cool down, you're like, holy fuck. I'm zapped just from that. And then having to warm up and go to another fight. Another person who did that, in the last couple of years is Bulldog. He had a couple wars in one night. It's fucking crazy.
Was that the PFL was one night?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. How many fights did he have?
He had 2 fights in that night. And
have you ever had a fight that afterwards, doesn't matter if it went a minute, you're banged up to some degree? I feel something. I've never had a fight where I didn't feel
unscathed.
Yeah, never. So when that was because there was 2 hours between fights, warming back up for the second one was fucking hard, And then the last one, you just laid. Both guys are pretty fucked up, so it's not a good fight. You just kind of trying to get through it.
Yeah. Riggs kid update. We need him in studio. How's it going with Joey?
So my dad got out of the assisted living place. His insurance was going to cover it, and me and my brother were going to pay for a couple months, but my son was just sitting around. So he's in Tucson taking care of my dad.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. My brother got a great video of my son taking my dad into the shower with one eyebrow. It's great.
You buzzed his brow?
Yeah, I was just telling you about that. Yeah.
Why?
My brother got mad. I always fuck with my dad like that. It's how we are. So I was thinking just to make him feel normal, but no, it wasn't a good idea because his right side his arm's not working, so he couldn't defend it. So I took the whole fucking. He's got big mustache eyebrows too, so he looks fucking. I'll put a picture you can put up. It looks good. The way I look at it is, your parents take care of you when you're a kid. You have to take care of your parents when they get older.
Yeah. Yeah, raising a kid.
What would you do if Bugsy needed 24-hour care like that? Would you bring him down here? Or would you set him up in Montana?
I would. I mean, I just don't know if he'd ever fucking leave the comfort of Montana. But I would love to bring him down here. It's warm. It's easier to live. Sun City is like made for this kind of stuff. I would way rather have him be around here.
How many times has he been down here since you lived here?
3.
Fuck.
3 or 4. 3 probably 3 or 4.
Bugsy's. I love his dad. His dad has a fucking long arm. My dad has a short arm. So when they fucking shake hands, it's fucking great.
It's easy. They meet in the middle.
Honestly, fucking, Bugsy has a long arm because it came out of socket.
No, he completely, when he was a kid on the reservation, he wrecked on his 4-wheeler, completely snapped his collarbone all the way off clean. Didn't have a hospital, so it like healed some fucked up way.
Fuck, out of the socket, huh? Yeah.
But I have a long arm too because I got in that car wreck.
Oh yeah.
Got smoked on that side. Got $600 from the insurance. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I just have a saggy arm for the rest of my life.
Yeah, some of the stories your dad 1-2 in his fucking his tenants. Some of the greatest stories I've heard in my life. Your dad, someone's full mount on your dad. Fuck you.
If Schmitty is talking crazy to you and you see him getting jumped by Marab's team, are you jumping in or letting him learn a lesson?
Always jumping in.
Oh yeah,
I'm jumping in. Fuck that little Georgian.
Be jumping in before it even got to that point.
Yeah. or jumping.
Riggs is throwing the first punch.
But
No,
not even trying to be a dick. Just fucking, you see your boys struggling. Fucking, you always got to get off first, man.
No, that is true. That is very true. I've been looking for. I mean, coyotes are bad out where I'm at. There's bad coyotes. They're always fucking roaming around.
Chickens.
They're huge, and I do have pretty tall fences, but I'm looking into getting a Great Pyrenees. You ever heard of those dogs? No. Great Pyrenees. They literally sleep outside with the livestock.
I have. Those are fucking. Their whole life is to protect the fucking animals.
That's what they want to do. They'll literally sleep next to the chickens and just keep an eye on the property.
Yeah, I've seen some videos where they fucking will fight bears, wolves, whatever. You know?
Yeah,
it's crazy. So, are you worried about them getting to the chickens?
Yes.
So you think they can actually jump that fence?
I mean, I've heard from people that they can jump fucking fences with ease.
The coyotes here are a lot smaller than Montana.
Are they?
Fuck yeah, because the ones in Montana they look like gray wolves, man. Here they look like fucking. Like a war version of a fucking coyote.
A little famished.
So coyotes are surprisingly agile jumpers and can usually clear fences up to about 6 feet tall.
Fuck.
However, if they're especially motivated, they may be able to climb or scramble over even taller barriers, especially if there's something to grip onto, like a chain link fence. For areas with regular coyote activity, a 6-foot solid fence with a outward-facing coyote roller. Oh, I never heard of a coyote roller.
Just like in prisons, how they get that kind of coming over, that stops a lot.
Shit, sure. That's not a bad idea. Because I'm with that Great Pyrenees puppy. I'm like, I bring my other dogs inside, and that thing just keep him outside. I'd feel so fucking.
What do they
bad.
cost?
I think at $1,200.
Dude, beetles attacking people's legs, huh? He fucking hit me in the Achilles when I was wearing
her.
I apologize.
I got a scar from Beetle. Beetle's a little menace.
Dude, I didn't even because I pet her and I walked by. She fucking boom. Oh, I fucking scared.
Has she bit everyone in the room?
Yep. Not me.
Not war yet. She usually puts people through that. She'll bite you a handful of times or 1 or 2 times. I bet once you start coming over now, Nick, I bet you'll be cool.
Yeah, it's her aura too. She just gives off that assassin type of vibe, you know.
And no, she senses fear.
Oh my god! This fucking it's like that dog reminds me of that fucking little dog on fucking Despicable Me. That little fucking.
Oh yeah.
That's because I wasn't expecting that fucking Achilles bite.
She latches.
Sneaky bastard! It got fucking Jimmy.
Yes, yeah, got Jimmy real good. I mean, she waits. I mean, she'll act normal, but then when you turn the back, she'll attack.
Vicious. What kind of dog is that?
She is. I mean, I bought her on Craigslist fucking long ass time.
Yeah,
ago.
when you were you living with me when you bought her?
Remember?
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Beetle, the name Beetle's fucking great.
That's perfect.
She was supposed to be a teacup, and she ended up not being.
I remember that now. Fuck no, she wasn't.
I've been doing some cat shopping too. I'm looking for a couple barn cats here to take care of the mice.
Really?
Just to live in my little storage area.
I'm not a fan of cats.
Why?
I had a couple dust ups. I don't know if I told you that story of my dad hammering that one.
Yeah,
that was Tom horrible. And that wasn't that made me soften up with it just because they're fun. Oh, it's funny.
Tom and Jerry.
Who do you think
got Tom and Jerry when fucking
big cat guy over here? Big cat guy.
Are you a cat lover?
I love cats.
Of course, you're a fucking
not Garrett's cat in our house, but I like cats.
Well, what's wrong with his cat?
His cat's fucking.
Well, his cat has to stay in the room because Petrie, Sean's old dog, will kill it.
Tries to eat him.
Again, fucking Petrie. Sean was living with me when he got that dog, and then he fucking it's a murderer now, just killing dogs.
It has murdered in the past.
Once it's got the taste
slit
of
a
blood.
dog's throat.
A puppy.
You saw it?
No, thank God. Fuck.
Oh,
it happened in the middle of the night. I just screamed and probably
you love
crumpled.
animals. It'd be hard to see. Oh God! Yeah, fuck. Did you take it out, or would you hammer fucking Petrie?
No, Sean had to take that little puppy bleeding out to the vet in the middle of the night, like
to no avail.
Oh God.
That's what my cat would look like if I let him out of my room.
So the cat stays in the room yipping the whole
litter
day.
box?
Yeah, he's an orange cat, so he's fucking insane. So he just sits there and meows at the door for 6 hours.
Is the litter box in your room?
It's in the bathroom.
It's in your room.
In the bathroom, not in my room.
I hate cat litter stench.
She's not too bad.
I take care of it every day.
My cat that I lost, it was the coolest little fucking animal
you lost,
ever. I've never been a big cat person, but once I got this one, I thought it was just so awesome. But she's happy with another family now, hopefully.
Is that you gave it to somebody?
No, she fucking ran away when we were packing our bags. She ran away and I couldn't find her again.
Recently?
Probably a month ago. probably a month ago. But I've been looking at these also for a house cat, these Maine Coons. You've ever seen these things? These fucking Maine Coons are huge, very, very loving. And they're
hairy?
Yeah, but they're cool as fuck. They're just giant, like crazy animals. So I'm looking at a Maine Coon also.
You remember that old man Billy that I used to go? He used to go to my fights with me.
Yes.
He had he had a cat like it was called a serval. Yeah, you get those big ass fucking cats like a Savannah. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're fucking. You know what I'm talking about, War?
Oh yeah.
No.
No clue.
They're like fucking. They're like a lynx. They're like fucking 50-pound cats. They're fucking vicious because it put him in the fucking hospital.
This is a Maine Coon.
God, that looks like an old fucking man that's angry. That's real.
This is real. This is.
I wouldn't be around here. Does he have his?
No, they're very, very loving.
His arm up on the shelf like that.
He just paws up.
Yeah, imagine looking in your window in the middle of the night and that thing's just fucking staring in.
Or you're having sex that's looking at you. I wouldn't be able. I can't do that with any dogs or anything in the room. I don't like it. I don't like anything. Or if I'm jerking off, won't have a dog around me.
Yeah, my dogs know to look away when Dad's going.
I will. You don't boot him out.
No, I just point at the wall and they look away.
They're eager at his house.
Yeah.
But your dog, you should see that fucking beetle's gonna fucking attack you.
Hey Nick, you got any animals?
No, I'm probably not going to get any until get a house one day or just too much stuff going on. I don't really want the responsibility.
Get a ferret or something.
yeah, maybe a little rat.
Ferrets are fucking great, man.
Big ferret
I got
guy.
a couple ferrets.
Well, ferrets.
I do.
Bring your ferret in one day, then.
Sassy and fucking snowflake.
Dude, ferrets stink a whole lot worse than cats.
Oh, yeah, not if you get them debagged. I mean, they have a musk to them, but not really too bad. But my ferret will at least will be on Fry's Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and the ferret there'll be pictures from one of my neighbors. The ferret will come in the doggy door and start eating the cat food or dog food, whatever.
What do you mean take it out of its bag?
They have a stink bag, like a skunk almost.
And you can just take it into the vet and they'll take that out?
Yeah. Oh, usually I've never had one that wasn't already gotten out before I got it.
Debagged.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but
it's interesting here. Robert F. Kennedy says, FDA's war on public health is about to end. This includes its aggressive suppression of psychedelics, peptides, stem cells, raw milk, hyperbaric therapies.
He's getting rid of that?
No, this is all that he's not going to make illegal anymore, it sounds like. Chelating compounds, ivermectin, hydrochloroquine, vitamins, clean food, sunshine exercise, nutraceuticals, and anything else that advances human health and can't be patented by pharma. If you work for the FDA and are part of this corrupt system, I have two messages for you. Preserve your records, and number two, pack your bags. That's another one. That's another guy who's got a lot of balls.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, they tried to oust him from the fucking presidential election.
Well, his uncle got killed, right? Uncle.
His father and his uncle. His father was the day he actually won the Democratic Party to be the nominee. He was shot by Saran in the hotel in California, and his uncle. He was like 10 when JFK died. He was like 15 when his dad died.
I mean, especially those pharmaceutical type companies too.
There's 1,000 ingredients that are legal in the United States that aren't legal anywhere else that they put in our food.
That's crazy.
It's honestly just crazy because you can tell just when you go to a drugstore or a pharmacy here, like you can see all these like drugs that or creams or prescriptions or stuff that you can just get off the shelf here that in Canada you would need a prescription to go get behind the counter.
That's for sure. And if you've been to a different country where you eat pasta and you're not tired, you don't feel like shit. It's just that was the biggest the biggest difference I saw. I'm like, something's got to be different in the fucking shit that I'm eating at home, because I don't feel, every time I eat pasta here, I would just get tired and feel like shit, and it doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, that's crazy.
And you boys are heading up to Montana. It looks like, did Tommy get a fight?
December 12th, Tommy got a fight. Ezra got a fight. My boy JJ got a fight. We're working on getting JoJo and David Clay a fight. I can't find anyone to fight fucking David Clay, dude. It's pissing me off. Everyone says no, because I mean,
dude, I can get him a fight.
Let's try to find him a fight. 170 or 185, anyone.
There's several guys that are used to be at my gym that left when I left that are 185 that would definitely fight him.
God, will you please help me with that?
Dude, I guarantee, yeah, for sure.
Speaking of which, I know a few weeks ago I messaged you, but David Clay was serious that he only cares that you're in his corner. The other cornermen are up for you to decide.
That's the way it should be.
And I'd like to throw my hand in the pot
Oh,
there.
no.
Because, I mean, why not for the experience? If he only cares about having you in the corner, then I could say that I've at least gone through the process. I could help with whatever needs to be done.
Now, I think he says he doesn't care about the other ones like it.
No, like he genuinely, like he said, if Tim says that I could be in the corner, then he'd be down for that.
I mean, it's for me. I have people with me that I feel comfortable with. So if you're that guy, for sure.
I mean, if you can be a good example at home, help him stay dialed a little bit, and
seems like he does that.
And you're learning to do submits a little bit, and you get lucky, you get to learn from Joe a bit. So that's fucking.
Just don't fucking squeal in the corner.
No. It wouldn't even be like that. It wouldn't even be like. It's more like just shadowing you and just kind of like understudying.
Sometimes
and kind of
it's
learning.
involuntary. I've been there. You're watching a fight and you just start squealing. Something bad something unexpected happens. You're not going to be able to shoot yourself.
Well, no. When it's easy when you get your buddies in there and it gets emotional. Like you got to keep fucking just calm. If
you don't get more nervous or afraid for your boy fighting than yourself, you're a piece of shit.
Well, I feel like
I always do.
No offense, but like there's like a slim chance that David Clay even sees the second round in a fight. In my opinion, like
Montana,
if he's in
as
Montana
as an amateur right now,
as an amateur in Montana, so even like. Just going there would just be like fucking watching the hand rounds, just getting ready, just trying to like understand like the process of going through everything.
You get native from Browning though, come out fucking ready to go.
That's what I need.
Yeah, I have two in mind right now.
Brings yellow.
Kills at night. That's his last
Good old
name.
Kills at night, huh? If you were actually go back to school and study something you would enjoy, what would it be? I want to be an MD, and I understand school can be pointless to some, but it really does have benefits. I mean, if you're going to be an MD, for sure you need some school.
That's not frivolous schooling is different than going to school with a fucking purpose. You're going to medical school, that's completely different.
Yeah, I mean, most of the education besides doctor kind of stuff, lawyer kind of stuff is probably dumb. But if I was to go to school, I would probably. I always am interested in the religious studies, the people who study different religions and where they came from, who invented them, how many people are in the religions, and what their main beliefs are. That's always kind of interesting to me. Other than that, I can't think of anything. If you were to go to school right now, what would it be?
Fuck, something with like sport, like science, sports, something like that. You know, something that I would actually use. You know,
like more like a sports
science, something even some nutrition, something like that. You know, because it's.
I mean, nutrition again. I think the nutrition one, it's like
trial and error.
Well, I mean, it's always changing, and you can find anything on YouTube and anything on the internet that's going to teach you probably better than what these universities are going to teach you.
It really is, because most of my fights at the end, Tim would do my nutrition like always the week of the fight, you know. And it was stuff that I never would do. I wouldn't eat that stuff, and it always my weight cuts were always a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'd always get a little oven top, because you weren't big on eggs.
I fucking hate eggs.
Yeah,
I hate fish. God,
fish.
Yeah. It's not good. If you can't eat eggs, especially as a fighter, it just really takes away a lot of your options trying to diet.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Dude, I've been working hard on this app I got that's helping my stutter. I've been on it like a fucking raptor.
What does it do? App called?
Equate or something. I'll look at it. Hold on.
What's the app?
I went on a stuttering fucking fit when I was getting drug off the plane. I wanted to say something impactful. I said, you did. And it was fucking horrible. But it didn't bother me until I thought about it.
What's your app called?
I'm looking at it.
If anyone has the CNN leak of Joe Riggs getting kicked off that plane, please send it to my DMs.
You'd love to see me fit.
I would love to see that.
Let's elevate.
Elevate.
The blue one down the bottom.
Okay, I've seen that app before. Has it been helping a little bit?
It has, man. It has. It's just a repetition doing stuff, but because there's certain letters that I struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually the D's. That's what got me this weekend.
Damn. So right after UFC 309, we got Peter Yan versus Davison Figueiredo.
We got,
and Figgy's a big underdog, which is kind of crazy.
Really?
Figgy's like a same underdog as Chandler, I believe, a plus 275, which is like crazy if you're comparing Michael Chandler as an underdog to Davison Figueiredo. Davison Figueiredo's won, I think, 3 straight at bantamweight, and Peter Yan is 1-3 in his last 4.
Dude, War is fucking for Trayshawn's fight. He told me the odds and exactly what it would be the day of the fight. He was exactly fucking right. of the odds changing. That's fucking nuts. How do you do that? How do you predict that?
It's just, where do you think the money's going to go? And then when the money goes in on one side, then the money comes in, then they even everything
You
up.
you weren't right on just which way it would go. You were right on the amount, like the actual odds. That's you guess.
It was a pick 'em before the fight, and I just knew that it wouldn't be a pick 'em.
Yeah, I didn't think the fight was going to go that way.
I choked the dog shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, the open workout for Mike Tyson. He's just, I mean, he's.
I could tell.
If Jake Paul lets him back him into the corner, back him into the ropes, that's going to be his best luck. But man, he's just not looking super fast. Like,
no, that's the first thing that leaves you with when you're a fighter. That's the first thing to go is speed. You know, and then when you relied on that a lot of your career, it's fucking hard.
And Jake looks fucking big for this fight too.
Fat.
224, he said, not fat.
He's a big guy.
Not fat, solid guy. I think he's about 6'1". Sheesh.
But the thing that I heard on the last podcast here with Mike Perry, that was the most interesting thing that I've taken into account for this fight, was when comparing this fight, the only time we've ever got to see like a young fighter versus somebody very, very old in recent memory was Vitor Belfort versus Evander Holyfield. And
two old guys.
No, but Vitor was 40. He's 40.
27 and 40, a little different.
But Evander was what, 57 or something when they fought, and he got dusted.
But Evander, he has a lot of brain issues. So like if you look at
Mike doesn't.
Not that bad. Not that bad. I mean, you just look at, so like I think it was like that Jesse Under Fire guy. He was comparing Jake Paul's 1-2 to Holyfield's and Jake Paul's, and Evander Holyfield's 1-2 looked like you throwing your 1-2. It did. No, he's just learning, and it looked flailing. It looked really, really, really bad. It did.
Yeah, that's just how I see it.
It's sad. Fuck it. You're going to feel sad when you go there, aren't you?
Yeah, like how bad are you going to feel if you're in attendance and you watch Mike Tyson get fucking stretchered out of there after he gets fucking knocked out?
I wish I'd have asked Jake, like, will you feel bad if you knock him out?
Of course, because he can. I mean, he's a huge fan of Mike Tyson. You know, I mean, they're a lot more cordial than they're letting on, obviously, but of course he's going to feel bad. You know, he just spreads that guy abroad. He's on the ground, fucking groaning, and because he's not the same man he used to be when he was younger. When you get older, you get a lot more emotional. You do things different. He's a completely different person he used to be.
Yeah, Eddie Alvarez said it right. He's like, a couple months after you retire, it's like you're not the same fighter you were.
I'm not
like
fucking
soon.
2 years ago. Not even not the same man, not the same fighter. I'm not the same person.
So, well, ladies and gentlemen,
should we do a strength test?
We could. Ward thinks he can out curl Joe Riggs. Go, let's try it here.
Well,
we can go right here.
We'll see, because I think you're stronger than Riggs. So we'll do it with you first.
Oh, fuck. Just hate you think so?
I don't think so, but we'll try. We can try me first.
Tim's not stronger than me.
No.
Let's find out.
When it comes, I mean, I know I'm not, but.
Tim, what do you, your whole, like, when you turned 18, what did you weigh?
I wrestled 189 pounds a senior year.
You were a big kid.
Yeah.
You're just a thick kid. You've always had that same build.
A tad saggy.
Dude, you're talking about your back fat. I'm the king of back fat.
No, my muffin top's a lot fatter.
Let's see.
No, we're not. Okay.
Now, his wrist being like that, there's no way he's going to be able to do that. Tim, bend your wrist. Just bend it. Tim, do this. Bend your wrist.
Okay. Let's see him. Right here. Curl that fucking thing into oblivion.
His arm looks like he's got fucking cerebral palsy.
Just put your elbow like this, and then you're trying to curl. Just
can I scoot this bad boy up?
Just go right here. Just go right here.
You go over there. Go slide back there. Not down, damn it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's see the real fucking Diesel Riggs power. This kid doesn't know. He doesn't fucking know.
Wait. 3.
You're
trying to curl it as hard as you can. I'm gonna
he's gonna pull it.
Resistance. No, you gotta go like this.
Fist. Curl that fucking fist.
He's gonna drag my wrist.
No, he's not gonna be able to bend your wrist.
Wait, hold on. 3.
Yeah, he ain't bending. Hits his one.
You missed it. You have me hook, line, you fucking. You set that up to you.
No, I said I don't want him to I don't want it to hit his chin and him fall. That would have been bad.
You would have enjoyed
But boys and girls, hope you guys enjoy the show. Hit that like and subscribe button, and when you guys comment below, it helps out. Give us your thoughts. And on Snapchat, I'll be Snapchatting this whole weekend at Tim Welch MT. A lot of behind the scenes juice. We're gonna be going into Jake Paul's locker room. We're gonna be ringside for that fight. So we're gonna put everything up there on Snap. So follow along. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, War. Thank you, brothers. And love y'all. Bye bye.